Hi, I am Shivansh, and in this video, I am going to talk about the Multi-on challenge. Multi-on challenge is based on the task of multi-object navigation or Multi-on. In Multi-on, the agent navigates to an ordered sequence of objects inserted inside a photorealistic 3D environment. The objects are sampled randomly from a set of 8 cylinders with identical shapes but different colors. In the episode shown here, the agent is tasked to first go to the green goal and then to the red goal. Multi-on is a natural extension and generalization of the single goal object navigation task. Since we insert the objects in the environment, Multi-on freely allows to control the complexity and length of the task. In each episode, the agent is initialized with a random starting position and orientation in an unseen environment and provided a sequence of goal objects to navigate to. The agent must navigate to each object in the sequence in the given order and indicate the discovery by calling found action. The agent has access to a noiseless RGB sensor and a noiseless depth sensor. It also has access to a noiseless GPS and a noiseless compass. We use the Matterport 3D scenes for our challenge. These scenes are rendered using the Habitat simulator, which supports efficient simulation of a large number of 3D datasets, including Matterport. The embodied agent is a cylinder of radius 0.1 meter and height 1.5 meter. At each environment step, it can take one of four actions: move forward by 0.25 meter, turn left by 30 degrees, turn right by 30 degrees, or call found. Calling the found action incorrectly terminates the episode. We base the multi-on challenge on 3-on tasks where the agent has to navigate to 3 target objects in each episode. We have 50,000 episodes per scene in the train split. For evaluating the challenge entries, we use 3 dataset splits: Minival, Test Standard, and Test Challenge. The Minival split has 25 episodes which were publicly released prior to the start of the challenge. This phase is meant to be used for sanity checking the results for remote evaluation against the local evaluations. The Test Standard split has 1000 episodes which were not publicly released. The results of this phase are used to prepare the public leaderboard. The Test Challenge split has 500 episodes and these were not released publicly as well. This split is used to determine the winners of the Multi-on challenge. We have 61 scenes in the train split, 11 scenes in the Minival split, and 18 scenes in the Test Standard and the Test Challenge split. Test Standard and Test Challenge splits share the same scene. Here we plot the distribution of episodic geodesic distance on the Test Standard split. It can be seen that multi-on episodes have long trajectories. For evaluation, we use success and SPL as metrics. Both of these are widely used for evaluating embodied navigation agents. Success simply measures the proportion of episodes successfully completed, while SPL also measures the efficiency of navigation in successful episodes. We also use the progress and PPL metrics, which are the multi-on analogs of success and SPL. The multi-on challenge winners are based on the PPL metric. All these metrics range from 0 to 100 and higher is better. Here we discuss our baseline agents. First is the NoMap agent, which processes RGBD observations, object goal information, and previous action, and passes it through actor and critic heads to obtain action and value function. Second is the ProjNeural agent, which builds and uses a semantic spatial map in addition to the NoMap agent architecture. Both of these are trained using the PPO algorithm. Here, we briefly discuss the challenge infrastructure. Multi-on challenge is hosted on EvalAI, an open source platform for evaluating and comparing machine learning and artificial intelligence algorithms. Participants implement their model in Docker images and submit it to EvalAI. The Docker images are then evaluated on our evaluation servers and the results are sent back to EvalAI. 6 teams participated in various phases of Multi-on challenge. Out of those, 3 teams submitted to the challenge phase, which is used to determine the winners of the challenge. We received a total of 126 submissions to all phases. Now it's time to declare the challenge winners. The first place goes to Team Leon, Mapping and Spatial Reasoning. They achieved PPL equal to 44%. Team Leon is led by Perry Mazur from INSA Leon. Their method uses auxiliary tasks to learn mapping and spatial reasoning. They build on top of the cross-neural map baseline from Multion work. Their method performs three auxiliary tasks in addition to action and value prediction. These help the agent build a more useful representation of the environment and as a result perform much better than cross-neural map baseline. The second place goes to Team Scholam with PPL equal to 38%. This team is led by Chuno Kim and uses simultaneous goal localization and mapping to build an effective map representation of the environment. Their method builds an occupancy grid map by back-projecting the 3D coordinates using the input from the depth sensor. It also builds a separate goal map to store the location of goals seen during navigation. Conditioned on whether the goal was already seen, the agent either goes towards the goal using the goal map or continues exploration using the occupancy map. Here is the test challenge leaderboard. First place is held by Team Leon, second place by Team Scholam, and third place by Team Wimp. Pertinently, the order in the leaderboard remains unchanged no matter what metric is used. Here we look at PPL and SPL on test standard phase. There is a significant performance gap between the first and the second participant and also between the challenge entries and the baselines. When we make qualitative comparison between the NoMap agent and the mapping and spatial reasoning agent, we observe that the latter is much better at efficiently exploring the environment. The NoMap agent inefficiently explores and eventually fails to find its goal object. Mapping and spatial reasoning agent, on the other hand, explores efficiently, looking from room to room until it finds its goal. In the episode shown here, the NoMap agent, even though it has seen the second goal, does not come back to it. The mapping and spatial reasoning agent, on the other hand, returns to the second goal, having seen it earlier and remembered its location. This demonstrates the advantage of having a useful long-term memory representation. Here are some of the takeaways. All the challenge entries use some form of map memory and they perform much better than baselines. This suggests that maps can be a promising direction to explore in the near future. Efficient exploration, better perception, and backtracking is what distinguishes a good agent from a bad agent. We nudge the community to think in these directions to advance research in embodied AI. Lastly, there is a lot of scope for improvement as even the winning entries achieve PPL of 44% and SPL of 35%. We would like to thank the Embodied AI workshop organizers and other challenge organizers for coordinating on challenge timelines and specifications. We would also like to thank Evalia team, especially Rishabh, for hosting the challenge and for helping us resolve various issues in the way. Lastly, we would like to thank the Habitat team, especially Eric and Alexander, for making this challenge possible. We would like to thank all the challenge participants for taking the time to participate. We were very impressed by the performance of participants and want to congratulate the winners for setting new benchmarks on the multi-on task. We hope that insights gained from this challenge will help further advance the research in embodied AI. Thank you.